All right, this is how we're going to start off the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple weeks ago, it was a devastating day for the ball and gun gamers across the globe. Their beloved Grand Theft Auto 6 was delayed till late 2026, with some rumors surfacing later the very next day, stating that it could actually get pushed back to 2027. And I believe there's some merit to that rumor, seeing as it got pushed back, I believe, till November 2026. So who's to say it won't go to 2027 and maybe even become a PS6 launch title? Since then, ball and gun gamers, they had for a couple days, they bitched and complained on the internet. But I think they're kind of settling in with the idea of the delay of the gaming Jesus not coming out when it needs to come out for them. And since then, they've just been kind of twiddling their thumbs, trying to figure out what to do with their free time. They have no interest in playing Split Fiction, Doom: The Dark Ages, Dispatch, Expedition 33, Hades 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Death Stranding 2. They just have no interest in any of these amazing Arc Raiders, any of these amazing games that came out, the gazillion games that you could try. None of the gaming's dead to these people. They say there's no reason to own a console or a PC right now until GTA 6 comes out. So they've just been sitting around. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 4. They've been sitting around, twiddling their thumbs, Silk Song, trying to figure out what do I do until Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. Shout out to Kilo with the sub, appreciate it. And it looks like the GTA 6 community, the ball and gun gamers, have finally figured out something to do with their time, because the way that I'm opening up this stream is with this story right here. Instead of playing Silk Song, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Expedition 33, Doom: The Dark Ages, Split Fiction, Hades 2, Dispatch, Ninja Gaiden 4. I mean, pick one of the Kazaa, the first Berserker. Pick one of the million amazing games that came out this year. Instead of doing that, they've decided to take to the internet and fall for AI slop. Shit, Pirate Yakuza was great. You're right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. AI slop has struck again, and this time it has struck the most low IQ of the community. AI generated GTA 6 gameplay leaks are going viral following the delay. Where's the original story? If you spent any time on Twitter in the recent days, you may have seen some gameplay leaks on Grand Theft Auto 6. They've gone incredibly viral thanks to a poster named Zap Octu GTA 6, who's admitted that the videos they shared are all generated using artificial intelligence. This was later. It wasn't at first. People thought it was real. As spotted by IGN, Zap began posting those leaks on November 18th. They are all typically shown some male or female figure walking through Lanidia, a fictional state based on Florida. The first video only generated 217 likes and 26,000 views, but the following one gained more traction as Zap posted more GTA 6 content. In a video posted on November 19th, that garnered 6,100 likes and 1.8 million views. Zap GTA 6 claimed those were several anonymous accounts who filmed the clips from inside a Rockstar Studios. So see, he was pretending like they were real and they were leaks coming from a Reddit or something. Shout out to the people subbing. Ideal, I appreciate you. Another one was posted on November 21st that perpetuated the character who has facial features strongly resembling those of Leonardo DiCaprio. Despite claiming there's absolutely no official confirmation on anything being posted, Zap still noted that the leaks are real and serious. So even today is the 26th. Even leading up to the 21st, he was still lying. GTA 6 ball and gun gamers were clutching their pearls like, wow, Rockstar, they delayed this game that I swear is going to be the savior of creativity. It's going to sell well, but I also swear it's going to be the savior of gaming creativity, even though I haven't seen any gameplay and this game was announced a long time ago. They finally said maybe they're giving us a bone. They're finally showing us some gameplay. They were still falling for it. They thought maybe they thought somebody from Rockstar felt bad about the delays for the ball and gun gamers. Or maybe they thought some developer felt vindictive because Rockstar's not paying their developers. That's why some of them are striking. So maybe somebody was leaking it. And the ball and gun gamers are on social media praising the heavens that finally the gaming Jesus was being shown online. Well, Unfortunately, that leak that really blew up was posted on November 25th. Zap said that video shared and surfaced on TikTok before it was taken down. It allegedly showed a gameplay moment of someone controlling the co-protagonist, Lucia, as she walked along what appeared to be a beach with a dynamic weather system that produced heavy clouds and rain showers. The video went viral, getting 34,000 likes and 8 million views, and it wasn't the only one that got this much attention online. GTA, this is from his Twitter. GTA 6 alert, extremely serious situation. A new and highly disturbing leak has just surfaced on TikTok, being taken down only minutes later, but the damage is already done. The video allegedly showed real gameplay where they were controlling Lucia. This nigga went into full character knowing he was lying through his fucking teeth. After a few more posts claiming the leaks are getting out of hand, the guy who was leaking it, by the way, Zap decided it was time to reveal the real tea, and it was all fake. A ruse, a joke, he was trolling! In November 26th post, they said that they really had no leaked information about GTA 6. Everything they posted on their account was AI generated, exactly what many of the community notes under the post claim, saying that they're still sharing fake GTA trailers for fun. Zap said on Twitter it was to prove just how incredibly easy it is to fool people into believing anything with fake AI generated leaks. According to the metrics, 50% believed the leaks, while the other 50% clearly spotted AI use. Translation, you niggas is stupid and I'm gonna cloud up off of you niggas. There was a report that came out last year that said over 50%, it might have been like 70 something percent of Americans cannot tell what's AI and what's not. So and what's real. So if you ever wondered why your auntie or your uncle or your grandpa or your grandma from the extended family that you don't really see that often is sending you talking cat videos doing kickflips on Facebook, talking about, oh, isn't this funny? And then you'd be like, bro, this is AI. I'd be like, no, it's not. That's really a cat doing a kickflip. They think that shit is real. There's a lot of people that don't. I don't know why, because it's obviously fake, but they don't believe. They don't know. Let me admit right here on Twitter. All right, enough. I trolled you. I have no leaked information about GTA 6. Everything you saw was entirely generated by AI. I mean, now that they've come clean, Zap said they're going back on the right track. That being the official GTA 6 news and theory-based content. No more trolling. It's worth noting, though, that Zap, GTA has less than 5,000 followers and it isn't followed by any official Rockstar Games account on social media. So it's literally what I was talking about. He literally created fake AI-generated content to get his followers up. And then he tried to pivot into, all right, guys, I'm done trolling with the fake content and fucking playing with your hopes and dreams and emotions. And now I'm going to just only post real info. My thing is like, and this is why I think I said this on a previous stream, responding to some content creator that like, you got to be careful with these dumbass opinions that you sharing online, unless that's genuinely how you feel. But like those opinions like about Game of the Year, where people were saying these games are not Game of the Year. If real gamers were, voting, these games would have never been nominated. Something like Expedition 33 or like Hades 2. Those are stupid fucking opinions. Like if you haven't, and they were basing it off the fact they haven't played the game. It was based off their emotion. The point I'm trying to make in comparison to this is just to reiterate, if you want to be a content creator on any type of platform, it's important that you build your name off of integrity. This is my first impression of this person. Anytime this person ever pops up on my timeline, I will never trust anything that comes out their fucking mouth. And the same thing goes for people who have these stupid ass opinions. Like I get people who want to bring attention to their page, but it's like there's a way to go about it. And like it does take longer to build, a base doing things the right way, but it's worth it in the long run. You'll have a longer, healthier career. But when you just want to rush an opinion out, when you just want to rush some content out, you want to fake things with AI, you're not building positive rapport. You're becoming infamous for like a split second. And every once in a while, somebody who's becomes infamous for something, they stick around longer than you expect. But like if I lined up 10 people who blew up off of infamy, most of them don't survive. Like an example, like the Island Boys or like Bonk Gang, you know what I'm saying? Like for every bad baby, catch me outside, there's a million Bonk Gangs, bro. It just doesn't work most of the time. It's not worth it. And then also, why do you want your name to be attached to just fucking lying? Your first interaction with people is important because now we don't take you seriously. So if you've seen any of these clips, is there footage of any of this stuff? Does anybody have a link to any of this stuff? Look at this shit. Let me go to his joint.
Every time a sub returns,
this nigga deleted his Twitter. They ran his ass off the internet. What the fuck? Oblivion. Or maybe that tweet was deleted. Yeah, the page doesn't exist anymore. He got deleted. God damn. Did anybody see this content? I just wanted to give y'all a heads up. Like, this stuff is not real. People are posting fake stuff. No official gameplay has been shown for GTA 6. The only thing we've seen is that one trailer that they had like a couple months ago. Other than that, it doesn't exist. It won't be shown until somewhere near the release date, unfortunately. So don't get your hopes and dreams up. Sorry to break it to you, ball and gun gamers, but you've been duped. But I mean, if there's anybody in the community that's going to be duped, it's probably going to be you. Don't worry. Madden 27 is coming out. In other news, Destiny 3 is in extremely early development, according to a leaker. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, actually, you know, ball and gun gamers, you might be able to look forward to this. The looter shooter is coming back, potentially, according to a leaker. A well-known Destiny leaker claims Destiny 3 has entered extremely early development, giving fans hopes after years of waiting. Destiny 2 has been in a rough spot lately after the final shape launched in June of 2024 and wrapped up the 10-year Light and Darkness saga. A lot of longtime players felt that the next natural step was a proper Destiny 3 announcement. Instead, Bungie kicked off the new Fate saga with Age of Fate, which has had a mixed to negative response from much of the community. Shout out to DEI Samurai with the sub. On top of that, the game has hit a record low player count, and there's growing concern about where the franchise is actually heading, which is crazy because the game is free now. For many players, the final shape felt like the perfect full stop for Destiny 2, so the silence around a true sequel has been frustrating. Now a new claim from a well-known Destiny leaker has some fans thinking those long-standing hopes for Destiny 3 might finally be closer to reality. Destiny 3 has entered early development, it's claimed. Earlier today, Destiny leaker and data miner Colony Deeks posted on Twitter that Destiny 3 is in extremely early development at Bungie. Colony Deeks has shared accurate Destiny and Marathon leaks before, several of which have been verified by the game post. So while this still falls under unconfirmed information, it's coming from someone with a track record with Bungie projects. Translation, take it with a partial grain of salt. This person's a little bit reputable. According to the information, they say they've been holding this info for weeks because the project is so early that talking about it didn't feel right yet. But after another account posted something similar early today, they decided to speak up and make the claim public. Here's the full statement that was shared online. Yo, what's good, everybody? What up, Dex Lab? Yes, Destiny 3 is in extremely early development. Some of you may have seen a tweet earlier this afternoon that mentioned that. We've been sitting on this info for a few weeks now and wanted to wait to talk about this, seeing as it's such an early state, and it just sucks to see other posts about it carelessly for the free points on the internet. Did you not just do the same thing? We plan to share more info in the coming months as we wait on the larger scale of things to develop and take shape and sit tight. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna give this rumor about a 75% chance that it's true. Reason being is for two reasons. A, I don't care if I'm being an asshole. Marathon is DOA, chat. I'm not waiting for that game. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think most of you are waiting for that game. It might have a splash for like a week. That game is DOA. And I think they know it, because if this rumor is true and they just started development, meaning maybe they got some concept art, a couple bullet points written down on the whiteboard, or some general ideas of things they want to do, that says they are preparing for the future right now, trying to get ready to get right back into production, and potentially if Marathon flops. I predict this game will come sooner if Marathon flops. If Marathon is a success, there's a chance it is. If Marathon is a success, it's going to take longer for this game to come out, because then they're going to want to support the game because it's supposed to be a live service. And that's part of the reason why I think that this rumor might be true. We know the main reason that Sony purchased Bungie is they're doubling down on live service games. And what is Bungie specialized these days in? Live service games. So if Marathon is a flop, which is supposed to be a live service game, oh, they're going to force them to go straight back to work for Destiny 3. Shout out to Dex Lab with the sub. You said GTA 6 has comp. Nah, ball and gun gamers, they're not worried about this. They're worried about GTA 6. I was joking. So if you're looking forward to it, there are rumors floating around. I am curious to see what they could do with the formula to make it more interesting. I feel like with the second game, they handled the story a little bit better. I feel like I played the second game longer than the first game. But I'm curious to see what they can do with the gameplay formula to make it more interesting. Me personally, I feel like I've been spoiled by Remnant 2. That's the best looter shooter that I've played in the last 10 years. And I feel like every company that wants to make a looter shooter should be borrowing design ideas and building upon what Remnant 2 did with its unique enemy types, boss fights, and just like weapon setups. And even the way that they told the story was pretty straightforward. So Bungie, please take a look at what they're doing with their co-op and their unique boss fights. Because my issue still with Destiny 2 is it was a lot of defend the computer missions, a lot of just bullet sponges. I don't want to deal with bullet sponges. I want to deal with enemies that challenge my mind and my team and our camaraderie and our ability to work together and communicate and be creative with our kits. That's what makes the game fun. Not just having a gun that does enough damage. And then the second thing I want to say before I move on, I'm curious to see, and I'm curious to know what y'all think in the chat. When Destiny 2 first came out, it was a paid game, and then eventually they went free to play. Do you think there's a probability when Destiny 3, if it does come out, day one, it's free to play? Do you think they should do that? Because I feel like they kind of set a precedent by going free to play. I feel like naturally, because people got used to the fact that the game is free to play, the base game at least, they're kind of gonna expect it with Destiny 3. I don't know if you can go in reverse and then start charging again. That's what the raids were. Need more of them bitches are. Majority of the content is still paid DLC. Yeah, free to play to bring people in. I think they should make the base game free. And then just all the DLC is paid. Like if you want the expansions, all the DLC is paid, and that's how they make their money. When the base game launches, make it free to play, and then if they want to make money, have a store where they can sell skins. But just to build a player base, they should probably make the base game free. You legit can't play that game without the DLC. Well, I mean, it's a live service game. That's kind of naturally just how it is. And to be fair, if you're playing Destiny DLC, you are super invested. The only way they can keep giving away free DLC is they have to keep putting skins in the game and hoping people buy it. And I don't know if that business model works. I feel like that's a fair business model where you make the base game free and then after that, the DLC is paid. That's super risky to make everything just literally free. Because there's going to be people out there that are going to try to find a way. They don't care how much you grind, and they got to make some money. If they're going to run pockets like they did with the Ever store, then make it free. Destiny has one of the worst communities I've had to deal with. The Destiny community is part of the reason why Anthem was trash. Friendly reminder. I think he said that part. Unfortunately, BioWare was listening to a lot of Destiny creators. They flew out. That's why that game turned out the way that it did. But anyways, yep, just wanted to put y'all on that. It's it could potentially be a thing, but they're saying it's extremely early development. I just predict this game will go into full production if Marathon is a failure, and I don't have a. I'm not comfortable saying that. I'm comfortable saying I don't give a fuck about Marathon, but I'm not gonna say 100% it's gonna fail. I'm leaning towards Marathon is a 75% chance of an L. I'll give it a 25% chance of being successful, but right now I just don't see the excitement for it. So I'm not gonna give a definitive, oh, it's DOA. I'll give it a 25% chance if they come correct. Hopefully they listen to the audience and what people want. Because extraction shooters can work. We're seeing it with Arc Raiders. It's clearly not the genre. If you guys want Marathon to work, one thing that you guys better make sure Marathon has is proximity chat in that bitch. That's half of Arc Raiders. That community aspect, creating fun moments. I hope they have that. But I keep forgetting that game exists. They're doing a closed alpha right now. I feel like they're not going to show it again until it's 100% ready. Kind of like the game we're about to talk about now that's probably never coming out. And honestly, I'm only entertaining the story because it's a slow news day. It's the day before the holidays. I'm just trying to cover something, man. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is somehow still under development. With the gaming industry's recent rash of layoffs, closures, and cancellations, it would be easy to assume Beyond Good and Evil 2 is toast. After all, the game looked like vaporware even before the extreme cost-cutting trend started. But here we are in late 2025, and lo and behold, Ubisoft is hiring for the prequel. The job listing via Eurogamer is for the technical sound engineer. But aside from revealing that game is apparently still in the works, the description doesn't tell us anything new. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is an action-adventure open-world game set in a captivating space opera universe and the direct prequel to the 2003 cult classic, the posting reads. Based on a breakthrough technology driven by proprietary Voyager engine, Beyond Good and Evil 2 aims to offer a seamless experience of exploration and space piracy across a solar system full of exotic locations, colorful characters, and mysteries to uncover solo or with friends. Ubisoft first teased the prequel back in 2008. Chat, I'm about to show my age right now. Do you know where I was in 2008? I was a senior in high school. I'm not capping. I graduated high school in 2008. If you do not know my age, I know it's hard to tell because my skin is pretty. Matter of fact, here's a close-up, nigga. That's your bitch. I'm 35 years old. I'm fucking 35 years old. I was a senior in high school when this game was announced. It's still not. This might win the award for game in most development hell, bruh. I was a junior. Just pack it up. I think the unfortunate thing about this game, we've been waiting so long for it. I don't know if it can live up to the hype. This is like 15 years. I don't know if you can live up to the hype, man. And then on top of that, is the fan base for Beyond, like, what's the temperature on Beyond Good and Evil 2? I wish we could get some data on that, because don't get me wrong, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is Beyond Good and Evil, the original game, is a good game, and for the people who played it, it's considered a classic. But I don't think Beyond Good and Evil is a classic as a whole. It's a cult classic. It's one of those games, if you know, you know. You got elite ball. If you say you're a fan of Beyond Good and Evil, you got elite ball knowledge. This is pre-Assassin's Creed, before Ubisoft lost their fucking mind. So I'm actually curious, what were the sales Beyond Good and Evil? What's that? Oh, VG charts. Let's go VG charts. Even more niche than Splinter Cell. Super niche game. Why is this shit loading so slow? Come on, bro. Fix y'all site. All right. Oh my God. So the GameCube version of Beyond Good and Evil only sold 700,000 copies total lifetime. There's the PS2 version, PC, PS3, Xbox 360, Xbox. Let's load all these. All right, let's do the math here. Let's see, calculator. So we'll do 700,000 plus. See, PS2 did 0.33 million. I got to play it on the PS3 when my dad had it there and liked it. It sold nothing on PC. There is no PS3 sales recorded. Bro, there's no reason to even do this math. And then 0.10 on Xbox. I'm not gonna lie, this game barely cracked 1 million in sales, all versions combined. We don't have the data on the 360 and PS3 version. Maybe I'll give it like maybe 2 or 3 million if we add the Xbox 3. But it doesn't have the data on that shit. This is it. Like I said, if you played this game, it's elite ball knowledge. It's if you know, you know, but this is not a mainstream game that sold that well. So the point I'm trying to make is, and I'm not talking about the quality of the series, the point I'm trying to make is, what's the temperature on this? It already has a very small fan base, right? We're not talking about a game like Fortnite that hundreds of millions of people have played, and we've been waiting 10 years for Fortnite 2. We're talking about a game that came out in the early 2000s on the PS2 and the GameCube and shit, that barely cracked 1 million in sales when it originally released. Like that gameplay demo, when they show it, I'd argue this is damn near a new IP. This is damn near a new IP. Whenever they finally show this game, it's gonna have to blow minds. Because I'd argue it doesn't really have a strong fan base to stand on. This is Beyond Development who greenlit this. This is Ubisoft we talking about. And you know what worries me most too is the description of it. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is an action-adventure open-world game set in a captivating space opera universe and a direct prequel to the 2003 cult classic. It's the action-adventure open-world game. This worries me that this is space Assassin's Creed, space Far Cry. This description worries me that we waited damn near 20 years for this game, and then it finally comes out. And it's funny because they made a space Assassin's Creed. It's called Star Wars Outlaws. This worries me. They're gonna make the game again, and we're gonna be in space. We're gonna be on Tatooine, climbing towers and shit, bruh. Oh my god, man. Yeah, this is Beyond. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. You might want to pack this one up, man. You might want to pack this one up, Ubisoft. And then how much money have they spent on development? Is there any way to make that money back? This game has been in development hell for almost 20 years. I don't know, man. I was excited when I first saw the trailer. It looked interesting. I was too when they first announced it because I played this shit. I know about it. But if I lined up 10 gamers, the average gamer is a ball and gun gamer. The average gamer doesn't know what Beyond Good and Evil is. What did you just link in here? So yeah, that's my update on Beyond Good and Evil. This is coming from the chat. Epic boss Tim Sweeney thinks stores like Steam should stop labeling games as being made with AI. It makes no sense, he says, because AI will be involved in nearly all future production. He's basically saying, I am inevitable. He's pulling a Thanos. Look at any number of Steam store pages, Arc Raiders, for instance, and you'll see a fairly prominent AI-generated content disclosure laying out which parts of the game makes use of AI-generated content. Go to the store, go to the Epic Game Store, however, and you'll see nothing of the sort, and that's a difference that's not likely to change for one simple reason. Epic boss Tim Sweeney thinks AI disclosures are a waste of time. The AI tag is relevant to art exhibits for authorship disclosure and to digital content licensing marketplaces where buyers need to understand the right situations. He wrote on Twitter, agreeing with a user who called for Steam and other digital storefronts to eliminate the Gen AI labeling. It makes no sense for game stores where AI will be involved in nearly all future production. I'm not surprised by this answer. First and foremost, it doesn't mean that he agrees with AI development, AI in games. He's just saying there's no point. Because I'm gonna be honest, you gotta keep in mind when it comes to like a platform like Steam, their main goal is to make money. So he's probably saying he's taking it from a business standpoint. It doesn't surprise me he's taking this. Like, why would you label it? If your main goal is to make money on Steam, like your Valve, why would you put a label "this contains AI" on it, knowing it's gonna piss some people off and then you're gonna fuck your sales up potentially? So that's why I can see them leaning towards not doing it. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm just telling you that's probably the way that they're thinking. They're thinking from a money standpoint. You know, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We don't care. It needs to be disclosed on principle. Yeah, I feel that. I feel like they should just disclose it and let people decide. Because to be fair, a lot of people didn't know that Arc Raiders used AI. Did my YouTube stream go down? Hold up, let me check. Let me make sure. The Hokage here. Oh no, it's still live. All right. To be fair, a lot of people didn't know that Arc Raiders used AI. And then when I talked about it on stream, a lot of people were like, damn, like, but they had already bought the game and you already liked it. So it kind of got, you got Trojan horsed. You got Trojan horsed. And it's like, what do you do at that point? I think it depends on how you use it. If you use it to streamline certain systems, you know, it's not a big deal. I think people mainly have an issue with the voice acting and the art. So it's like, I think they should disclose. I don't know how to answer this. This is a sticky situation. Exactly. It's the principle. It's not like they entitled to our money. I feel that. But here's on the opposite end of the spectrum. Right now, Steam's only competition is Epic. And let's be real, Epic is not even a strong number two. You and I mainly open up Epic Games Launcher to get the free games. We use Steam, nigga. Steam has a monopoly. Where you gonna go? Because GOG don't got everything. It's kind of a sticky situation. I bought Arc Raiders exactly because they disclosed what they used it for. I made an informed decision. I feel that. Yeah, that's why I say I agree with y'all. They should just disclose it. I'm not saying I agree with what he's saying. I'm just giving you a perspective on why they probably think that way. So yeah, just disclose it. Just fucking disclose it. It don't take but 2 seconds to code that into the damn system. It's not that big of a deal. Epic is for the yeah. I literally have like 50 free games off Epic. I got the whole Batman series for free on there. I already played that shit on Xbox 360. I just wanted it because it was free. Epic drops gems on occasion, but other than that, I don't touch it. Yeah, their prices aren't competitive enough. They say they're saying it's inevitable. Yeah, when you don't disclose it, it pisses people off, especially like what they did with Call of Duty. That artwork was disgusting. Does Epic have a cart now? If not, Sweeney can shut the fuck up. Wait, Epic's launcher didn't have a cart? Really? I don't remember. That's nasty. Only Epic for Fortnite. I don't even play Fortnite. Black Ops 7 needs to admit to the AI. Yeah, it's very obvious that they did that shit. This story will continue to develop. 18 versus 18 Annihilation game mode, Marvel Rivals. Who's looking forward to the new Marvel Rivals game mode? Hey, chat, I might come back. I'm gonna play this shit off stream, chat. Hey, this ain't coming to the PS4, right? That shit goes. He says 7v7 on the PS4. That's what it is. They downgrading that shit to 3v3 on PS4. That's fucking funny. I was like, ain't no way this is coming to PS4 with all these alts going off. Because if I'm on PS4, I'm not gonna lie, I would do an experiment. I would try to get a lobby of people together, like a private lobby, and then everybody pop they alt all at once just to see if the console can handle it or will it blow up. That'd be fucking funny. Man, still out of juice. This looks like a clusterfuck. At this point, they put an 18v18 in the game. You might as well just put a BR mode in this bitch at this point. Would y'all play that? BR Marvel Rivals? At least they doing modes unlike Overwatch. I feel that they are at least putting content in it. The Manhattan Project would be on PS4. You play it off stream? Bet. They just doing shit. Rivals has gotten so sweaty. The pub matches I played recently feel like diamond lobbies. Well, to be fair, it has like a healthy 100,000 concurrent players playing every night. And I'd imagine it's that same 100,000 is nothing but sweats on the game. Like the casuals have left the game, which is funny that they're so focused on trying to cater to the casuals. At this point, that's not who plays. It's the esports guys. So it's kind of just the natural evolution of multiplayer games. You know, the first few months is more chill. It used to be super chill. I miss I don't think the era of Christmas noobs exists anymore. Like it's something that's easier, but it's still rough. And then, you know, 6 months down the road, it's nothing but pure fucking sweats now. It just kind of is what multiplayer gaming is, man. BR Marvel Rivals with a squad of 6 would be lit. Drop in. You got to collect your abilities and like your alts and shit like that. It could work. I don't know. Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars events where I will go crazy. I came back and love the new season. Gambit's a great healer. Okay. Developing for casuals is what keeps the game alive. Overwatch fucked up trying to force esports. I feel that. I wonder if this game mode is going to give it like a spike for the casual audience. Does this make them want to come back and play the game? Especially with GTA 6 being delayed, like the ball and gun gamers are looking for something to play. Although, you know what surprised me a lot? I've been getting a lot of videos on my TikTok For You page. A lot of ball and gun gamers have surprised out of all the games that have come out this year. Split Fiction, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Hades 2, Death Stranding 2, Expedition 33, Kazaa the First Berserker, Doom, Dispatch, all the amazing games that came out this year. The game that the ball and gun game, Arc Raiders, the game that the ball and gun gamers seem to really be gravitating to besides Arc Raiders, not Battlefield 6, but Where the Wind Meets? A lot of ball and gun gamers have really been enjoying that game. I think maybe part of it is because it's free. It looks like a decent game. I'm just happy them niggas got off the damn ball and gun games and tried something else. But I've been getting a lot of videos of people that have been playing that game and they've been enjoying it. They've been saying it's fire. I seen one dude say it's his game of the year. I was like, all right, nigga, I don't know about all that, but like, everything's amazing when you get off Madden. You can't miss what you never had. Like, it's because they free and broke. No, they not broke now. I also read an article that they are spending hella buku money on that Where the Wind Meets, bro. Apparently, you can buy a yacht, a party yacht in the game as a microtransaction, and then you can invite people on the yacht, and then it travels across the river or the water, whatever the body of water it is, for one turn, and you get to dance and like have a good time on there. I seen a video, and it costs like $50 or some shit like that. So apparently, you can rent out a yacht, and I seen a video. A dude said that he was on a yacht party in Where the Wind Meets, and he watched this nigga change his skin. He had every skin in the game, and he watched him change outfits like 50 times on a boat, was flexing. Somebody spent like $60, $100, $1 million in that goddamn game, bro. So no, Where the Wind Meet players are not broke. It's got whales on there, unfortunately. It's 50K. Crazy, man. That is crazy. Out of all the games, y'all chose to play that one, but I guess it's better than nothing. My ball and gun homies who play nothing but 2K told me to play Where the Wind Meets. I'm like, how do you know about that? Because it's free. Them niggas be in that free section, bro. Niggas be in that free section, bro. It don't matter how many good games you recommend them. They see that price tag, they not paying for that shit, bro. Fucking Jesus himself, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, they can all get together and tell you Expedition 33 is the best thing since sliced bread. Please try the game. I don't know, Jesus. I don't know, man. They're gonna stick with this Call of Duty. They need demos, low-key. Demos would be helpful. More demos. There are a lot of demos on Steam, though. Demos would be helpful more. Other news, I thought this was funny. An Arc Raiders watch list exists for unfriendly players. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're being a fucking savage on the servers, if you're being a Neanderthal, you better watch out. Everyone who's played Arc Raiders knows that it's an unpredictable game when you throw other Raiders into the mix. This game might have been designed with collaboration in mind, but in the weeks that followed the launch of the game, things have broken down slightly and PvP is certainly king. However, it's not just honest, fair fights that are causing some players issues. The level of betrayal that can occur in Arc Raiders knows no bounds, but some players feign friendships before turning on the newfound comrades as an opportune moment. That's where a new fan-made watch list comes into play. Translation: when you play this game, you will run into people who act like they're friendly, and then when you guys are about to escape on the train, they'll shoot you in the back, rob you, and take your shit. Arc Raiders players are tired of being betrayed. Online, a new site has surfaced dubbed Speranza Watchlist, a fan-made creation that allows users to input Embark IDs and find out if the person who betrayed them is known to the wider community. It will enable users to run a quick background check when they find someone in the wild who wants to be their friend, allowing them to get the drop on a griefer potentially. It's one of the softer results of Arc Raiders' rising PvP threats, which has been steadily growing in the recent weeks. When Arc Raiders was released, everyone was friendly, and now it's almost always a shoot-on-sight kind of situation. When someone plays dirty topside, betraying trust, camping your path, or pulling a Rust Belt rat move, you don't have to let it slide. Submit their username and a reason for the incident so the community can laugh, relate, and warn each other. The problem with this is who's checking on this? Because if you don't like me, who's to say you won't just put my name on the list? When you submit a name to the Speranza list, you'll be prompted to explain why you've recommended that player for a spot on the list. It's not that deep, though. It's important to remember this is a fan-made resource that's more satirical than anything else. Oh, so it's supposed to be satirical. You're not supposed to take it seriously, but they made it. Interesting. They made it quite clear by the website's guide on how to perform a background check. Just ask politely, sir, could you please tell me what's your Embark ID so I can run a quick background check on you? Oh, yeah, ain't nobody doing that, bro. So Arc Raiders T-App and Arc Raiders T-App. That's funny. So, I mean, if you're in the game and you want to check to see if somebody's trustworthy, you just got to find their ID somehow and you'll be able to Find clips of them shooting people in the back and shit. The fact that they felt the need to even do something like this, even though it's satirical, you gotta keep in mind jokes are half truths. Yeah, citizens arrest ass list. They got the snitch list. You gotta remember jokes are half truths. This is how people actually feel. They profiling in the game. What this says to me is, although this list is satirical, people are frustrated on some type of level. And this game has been out, what, 3 weeks? Not even a month? And you guys are making snitch lists? After screaming it should be game of the year? I said, I don't believe people will really be talking about this game a year from now. It'll have a core audience, kind of like Helldivers 2, but it won't be in the zeitgeist. And you guys are making snitch lists? It sounds like some of you niggas got one foot out the door, but y'all not ready to talk about that. Y'all not ready to talk about that, because I can tell you right now, me personally, when I played the game, I was having fun. And I think we went on 3 expeditions. We was robbing niggas, exploring, fighting robots. I had good loot, good guns. I had this rare sniper rifle. And then we finally got, and I lost all my shit. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit is not fun. And if that's happening on the regular, then you got to start all over. And if you don't have the materials to craft, you got to use shitty weapons, neighborhood watch type shit. So like, imagine being somebody who works a 9 to 5 and you're constantly getting robbed and you're constantly having to use terrible weapons after grinding for stuff. That can get frustrating, man. That can get frustrating for some people. You got to look up a Tinder profile before saying don't. That's what it is. They Arc Raiders Tinder profile. That is funny. A whole lot of randos. What do you think PS4 niggas are cooking on their PS4 for this Thanksgiving? If PS4 niggas can't afford Thanksgiving dinner, if they're cooking turkey, they should probably preheat the PS4 right now, because it's gonna take all day to cook it. You gotta keep in mind the PS4 only gets so hot. Like, the only thing you can officially cook on a PS4 is a burger or like an egg, but like a whole turkey is gonna cook really slow. So they're gonna need to preheat it now and just put the turkey on the PS4 overnight. Same thing with like a whole ham or something. But the other stuff, it should be able to, like, you should be able to fry some cornbread, like some hot water cornbread on the PS4. Just put the PlanetSide 2 on. You know, the ones who bring the paper plates to the house, they do not cook. 16 hours per pound. Because you can't control the temperature on it. The only way you can slightly control the temperature is based off the game. The way to get the highest heat is you have to play either Marvel Rivals or PlanetSide 2. Would running Jedi Survivor on the PS4 be enough? Yeah, I forgot Jedi Survivor came to the PS4. Yeah, that should make it really hot. That should definitely make it hot enough. That could work. Preheat the Marvel Rivals 18v18. See? Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. That could get it to max heat. But you don't want it to cook too fast, because then it won't thoroughly cook and it burns on the outside, man. That watch list got me laughing, because I'm imagining how that would even work in the Division. Be honest, chat. Are any of y'all gonna end up on the watch list? Be honest. Ubisoft defends Assassin's Creed Shadows microtransactions and sets expectations for the game's long-awaited arrival of ISU content. If you weren't here in the last stream yesterday, I went over a video from a content creator who didn't understand why some gamers were upset at Ubisoft for charging for skins in the DLC, and I tried to break it down. The gist of it is, and I'm not saying I agree with it, I really don't give a fuck about this DLC, but I was saying, you know, I get that they got to make money, but Ubisoft lacks a sense of awareness. They don't understand that they've pissed off the gaming community, and they should be doing anything to get into the good graces. You don't have to agree with that, but I think we do. I think we all can agree they could use some good PR. So why not make it free? That's the type of stuff that would have been free and unlockable in any other game in the early 2000s or like the 90s or whatever. And that's all I was saying. But anyways, and then also nobody asked for no Attack on Titan DLC. Yeah, I've seen the cutscenes. They look horrible too. So they've responded to the backlash that some gamers have. Let's see what they said. A major new update adds fresh new story to Assassin's Creed Shadows, including the game's first proper dollop of ISU content. Ubisoft has defended the game's microtransactions and attempted to set expectations among long-term fans for the game's post-launch plans. Shadows is notable among Assassin's Creed entries for featuring next to no mention of the ISU, the franchise's mysterious precursor race who pop up in pretty much every game. Instead, Shadows is a different beast, treating its Japanese setting with the usually straight face and avoiding anything in its core narrative that's too sci-fi or mythological. But finally, a new quest changes all that. Available now in-game, players can pick up the fresh story chapter, A Puzzlement, which sees heroes Naoe and Yasuke meet up again with a pair of poachers. And interesting, new players will have this quest inserted into the game's flow early on. as it also helps better flesh out Naue and Yasuke's relationship. Yeah, you missed the Destiny 3 section. It's just people saying that it's in early development. A Puzzlement is designed as a fun extra story with Naue and Yasuke learning more about each other. But the new mission will also set players on a much longer path, one that will see them many hours later opening up a mysterious ISO door and exploring a secret vault within. Assassin's Creed lore fans have long been awaiting the addition of ISU content in the game, but Ubisoft has notably decided to set expectations of what this vault actually holds without spoiling its content directly. Don't expect a full Isu temple and a crazy 2-hour adventure in there, Assassin's Creed Shadows associate game director Simon said. That is not what it is. It's a vault that you need to open and there's some cool stuff and reveals in there. It's not side content, but it's deep lore for people who appreciate that content, he continued, stressing that a Puzzlement story chapter featuring Naue, Yasuke, and the Poachers was intended as the main event. And this is an example of what I mean when I say this is why people were pissed that they're charging for this shit. This should have been in the base game. Well, they aren't charging this with the skins. They're charging for the skins. This should have been in the base game. But more importantly, they introduced the Isus into the game, and they really fleshed out the Isus in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If you didn't play it, I'm about to spoil it. Specifically the DLC. If you played the DLC for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, that whole entire DLC surrounds the whole concept of what an Isu is and what it has to do with the universe. And basically, at the end of the DLC for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Cassandra becomes immortal, and that's why they made her canon to the game and not the dude. And ever since that game, it's like they really haven't fleshed out much with it. And now you come out with some Attack on Titan content nobody asked for. You're charging for some skins. You put out a whole different game that had nothing that adds to the Isu storyline. You finally add it later, and then you're like, oh, it really doesn't matter that much. It just seems like, and this is what I mean when I say they could use some good PR. They don't know what direction to go in. They're just throwing shit and hoping something sticks, and all you're doing is muddying up the timeline on some Star Wars shit. You're asking people to pay for certain things that just are not worth paying for because you don't have any sense of direction. If you want people to see value in what you create something valuable. That's all I was saying. That's literally what everyone's doing. That's Marvel's problem too. It's just all over the place, man. Odyssey was so good. It was, man. That's why I loved Odyssey. And unfortunately, if you only played the base game, because Odyssey, you do really need to play the DLC to get the gist of the full story. I felt like it was really fleshed out, and they kind of dropped the ball once again. They haven't fleshed it out anymore, and they're doing it again with this game. Right, I want more Isu shit. Where's the African Isu at? The original Isu. Man, just bring Desmond back. You know what's funny? I feel like Ubisoft could have pulled a, hey guys, Desmond was never dead. They could pull like some Fry. Oh, we Futurama type shit. We put him in some Disney shit. We put him in a cryo chamber. We thought he was dead. The nigga wake up. He got powers and shit like that. They could bullshit some way and fix the storyline, man. Maybe Cassandra, before she puts the staff down and kills herself, she resurrects fucking Desmond or some shit. I don't know, man. Yeah, he was in the hyper. You could find a way to bring him back. That's what they should have been did, man. They could use the bleeding effect or something like that. They could say the company cloned Desmond. You could clone him. Yep. Give all the memories back. Like, or they could say the one that died was a clone, and then the real one was stuck in a chamber and he gets released by somebody, a modern day assassin or something like that. They could find a way to bullshit that way. So you're saying there's no point in going back to this game then? I mean, it's a free update. But it seems like they're saying it's not some big reveal. They just added something in there. Something just tickle your balls a little bit. Yo, shout out to LD3 all day with the sub. Nothing home cooked that feels good. Just something to tickle your balls. A little teaser. Not jiggle them, man. If you want to jiggle, whatever. And then the last couple pieces of news that I got for you is, if you haven't been following the story that's been going on in PC gaming, right now RAM for gaming PCs, well, PCs as a whole are super expensive. The reason being is AI data centers are going direct to manufacturers and buying up all the RAM so that they can keep feeding their AI programs. And now it's making it hard for you and I to buy RAM. So right now, if you want to get into PC gaming, this is the worst time to do it because RAM prices are through the roof. Like 16 gigabytes of fucking DDR5 RAM is listed for like $1,000. Like it's that bad. This is not an exaggeration. It's gotten so goddamn bad that this TikTok came across my For You page that I saved, and apparently it's cheaper to buy a actual RAM than PC RAM. Look at this nonsense.
What the hell? Oh my God.
Beep, 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 beep. That's for 2 sticks. $400 for 2 sticks. That's probably 8 gigabytes of some shit. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You can buy the whole, yeah, that's a console price for some damn RAM. And traditionally, usually RAM is one of the cheaper things, but yeah, you could buy an actual RAM if you want to instead. Maybe put it in your PC. Damn, I got 32 gigabytes for like $30 3 years ago. Yeah, it's usually one of the cheaper. I don't know about $30. You must have got some low end shit, but it's usually one of the cheaper ends. So that's another reason why we should be worried about the price of the Steam machine, because if the price of RAM is going up, that could drive up the price of the Steam machine. It's just a bad time right now.